If I didn't have those kids, I would kill myself.
Scott Disick has reached a scary low, and it's got nothing to do with Courtney. Allegedly, he is in serious financial trouble. Years of substance use and bad investments have finally started catching up with him. And now it looks like he's just trying to milk the Kardashians for as much fame and money as possible. But why is he still around? What's the real reason he won't leave the family? The answer will shock you. Because of his messy relationship and subsequent breakup with Kourtney Kardashian, you would think that Scott wouldn't really want to hang around with the family all that much. But the opposite seems to be true for Scott. He's just kind of always around. Although Scott and Courtney have children together, you would think that now that Courtney is with Travis Barker, he would maybe back off a little bit. But he seemingly isn't ready to give up on the lavish lifestyle just yet. He does, of course, still have close connections with the other family members, like Kris Jenner and Khloe Kardashian, but it's still strange that he's still considered a family member. Not that long ago, he even got a special invite to the coveted Kardashian Thanksgiving dinner, which was held in Palm Springs. And not only did he join in with his children and the rest of the family, but he also got to ride back to Los Angeles on one of the family's private jets. But what's even more strange is that Travis and Courtney were nowhere to be seen that day. The two of them chose to stay home with their newborn baby and celebrate with Travis's children instead. It was reported that Courtney was incredibly strict with who was allowed to show up to her house for Thanksgiving, and the whole thing was by invite only. That strictness on a holiday that's meant to be spent being thankful for those you love is definitely strange. So it almost seems like Courtney would do pretty much anything to make sure that she doesn't have to spend any time with Scott. Of course, this makes sense considering how terrible their relationship was and his constant mistreatment of her. But why does the family still put up with him even after all of that? Kim and Kanye also had a difficult divorce and now co-parent their children. But you just don't see him hanging around the family like Scott does. And on top of that, I don't think there are many family members that would ever choose Kanye's side over Kim's. But the same can't really be said for Scott. Time and time again, it's been made obvious that he has a close relationship with both Kris and Khloe. Khloe has even stated that she sees him as a brother. But while he's been around for a long time and being an honorary member of the family does kind of make sense, it's still strange how everyone chooses to overlook Courtney's feelings. Courtney even addressed this last year on the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast, where she said that she didn't even know if Scott would be in season 2 of their show. But she said that she didn't like how he was featured in season 1 since it messed with her fairy tale romance storyline. She said that she was extremely upset that the producers chose to take her fairy tale and include him in it. While she didn't mind it at first because she's so used to their storylines being connected, she really just wanted her fairy tale to be hers and Travis's. And after the first season aired, Courtney made a point to say that it's definitely not going to happen again, especially as she's one of the show's executive producers. But despite the fact that Courtney may not love it, Scott definitely doesn't mind continuing to be a part of the show and the family. And the money, luxury lifestyle, and private jets doesn't hurt either. Through being on the show, it's reported that he makes a hefty amount of money for each episode that he's in, which he could definitely use after he was accused of owing hundreds of thousands of dollars to his former manager, David Weintraub. In an interview on the Hollywood Raw podcast, David said that working with Scott has been tricky because he has a big balance of money that's owed to his company. But at the same time, David said that Scott likes to walk around and flaunt his wealth and make an obvious point that he's very rich. This isn't the first time he's spoken out about Scott either, as he also claimed in 2017 that Scott intentionally sabotaged deals that would have been worth a lot of money. David said that there were tons of deals that Scott messed up because he believed it wasn't enough money or was just rude to the clients. On top of that, he has also allegedly made some really bad investments that have left him in some serious debt. Through all of this, we also can't forget that Scott doesn't really have anywhere else to go either. Both of his parents passed away, so it kind of seems like he's trying to cling on to any idea of a family that he can, which might also be why Kris has such a soft spot in her heart for him. But although the passing of his parents was truly tragic, it doesn't exactly erase all of his previous horrible behavior. While he now has more of a reputation for being kind of sad and lonely more than anything, he used to hold a lot of power over Courtney, which he definitely took advantage of. And even though he considers the Kardashians his family, there's no denying that he's also working an angle with what he can get out of his association with them. At the end of the day, for Scott, Scott, it definitely pays to be a part of the family. So he'll probably do whatever it takes to make sure that he sticks as close to them as possible for as long as possible. That's just my theory, though. So what do you guys think about all this? Do you think that Scott is using the Kardashians for fame, money, and a luxurious lifestyle? And do you think that it's right for him to stay a part of the family, even though he treated Courtney so badly? I would love to hear your thoughts on this one. So let me know what you think in the comments below.